What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So listen, this is going to be a quick drop. I know that everybody here is not a big sports fan, but y'all know I love my football, and so we're going to talk about this. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley suspended for the NFL 2022 season for betting on games. And this is coming from Yahoo News. In a statement released by the NFL, it was announced that Calvin Ridley, the Falcons' number one receiver, gambled on games over a 5-day stretch in November of 2021. Ridley was on the non-football injury list after Halloween for the rest of the season to address his mental health. As if being a Falcons fan was not hard enough, this might be the lowest moment in the franchise history since they blew a you-know-what lead in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 51. The NFL statement. Sorry. The NFL released a statement. Okay, hold on, y'all. It took me to a whole nother website. Y'all know how these things do. The NFL statement on the year-long suspension. I'm not gonna read y'all that. It's online. Y'all can go and read it. It's a whole long list. Ridley can petition for reinstatement on February 15, 2013 and can appeal the suspension by filing notice within 3 days, according to the statement. The league's investigation found that Ridley placed a multi-legged parlay bets involving 3, 5, and 8 games that included the Falcons to win from his phone. At least he bet on his team to win, right? The statement also said that the NFL found no evidence that inside information was used or that the game was compromised because of Ridley's bets, and that none of the Falcons' coaches, players, or staff knew about the gambling. The Atlanta Falcons also released a statement saying that they were first made aware the NFL was investigating Ridley's gambling on February the 9th, 4 days before the Super Bowl, and have cooperated with the investigation since they have been notified. According to ESPN, the NFL learned about Ridley's gambling activity because of the league's relationship with the legal sports betting industry. Ridley had his own thoughts on his suspension as he posted a series of tweets after the suspension. One of the tweets said, "I bet $1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem." The second one read, "I couldn't even watch football at that point." The third one read, "I know I was wrong, but I'm getting 1 year, LOL." Since 2018, Ridley is the second player to be suspended for betting on NFL games and the fifth player since 1963. In the United States, 30 states and the District of Columbia have introduced legal sports betting markets. So I have a few things to say about this. This one might be a little bit longer than my normal short drops, right? So first of all, I'm going to say this. Let's look at this from a numbers perspective. He bet $1,500. He's losing $11 million. He potentially, his salary for the 2022 football season was $11 million. For a $1,500 bet, he is losing $11 million. Sir, you ain't had nobody else's phone you could use. Like, you didn't have nobody else's phone. You ain't have a cousin, a mama, a auntie, somebody else whose phone you could use. Because let's be clear, do I think he's the only player in the NFL that is betting NBA, NHL, NBA? No, they're not all, but I'm sure there are plenty of them that are betting. But in this world of electronic footprints, you have to know that there's a way that they can trace if it's you. You have to know that they can do that. And like they said, that they turn that information over to the NFL. That's probably part of the deal. I don't know the legalities of it, but I do know that was one of the concerns that professional sports had when all of these states were making gambling legal. There was a whole lawsuit about it. I don't have time to go through all of that, but y'all do the research. Governor Christie in New Jersey ended up having to sue because he was like, how come y'all gonna let us, it's okay to bet in Vegas, and they have a pro sports team, because once the Oakland Raiders moved to Vegas, it opened the door. Like, because up until that point, they were like, well, Vegas doesn't have any teams. But once Vegas started getting pro sports teams, it opened up the floodgates. And, Governor Chris Christie, when he was still governor, it was a whole thing. I ain't had time to go into it. But needless to say, there were lawsuits behind this, right? So this was always a concern. And so I'm wondering if this is somewhere part of the deal that they had to turn over certain information. But whether they turned it over voluntarily or because they had to, it doesn't change the fact that you dumb. You are dumb. Sir, I don't understand. And he said he don't have a gambling problem. You probably don't have a gambling problem. That's fine. But to risk... Let me take a breath. To risk your career on a couple of bets. Yes, you bet on your team. No, you didn't do anything. It doesn't seem like there's any evidence where you try to do anything to change or influence the outcome of the game, and you weren't even playing in those games. That's great. That's fine. But you know the rules. Do I think that the punishment is harsh? Ask Pete Rose. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about or what I'm saying as far as Pete Rose is concerned, Pete Rose still ain't in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Arguably would have been a first ballot entry had he not got caught up in betting. Now, granted, his was a little different. He was betting on his team while he was coaching. I mean, that's... Ooh. But at the end of the day, you know that they take this seriously. You know how serious the consequences could be, have been for other people. Y'all, this is... He's going to appeal, and I feel like it's going to be reduced. But it's just a lot. And I just think you gotta be smarter, y'all. Y'all just gotta be smarter. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.